Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Edo 2020, to justify Iyamu candidacy, Oshiomhole contradicts himself the more. This is option. This is what he had to say with regards to all that happened yesterday. Let's get onto the news and get all the details. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. We really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe, and please always click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless you. Well, a lot happened yesterday in Edo State when Governor Godwin Obaseki and the People Democratic Party, PDP, flagged off campaign yesterday. We saw that it ended in violence with talks from some of the political parties trying to quiet or to intimidate the other political party by raising their toggery activities, where there was gunshot being heard even around the palace of the Oba of Benin. My dear, this is how desperate and how toxic this election has become. You know, these are people desperate who wants to get their principle there at all costs, because there are promises and there are things to be done to bring about the old time, the early 2000s, 1990s, back to Edo State and to inhibit the growth process that is already on ground in Edo State. My people, Edo State, the ball is in your court. Choose and choose wisely, and don't allow anyone or anybody to intimidate you. You have a voice. So Adams Oshiomhole is trying to promote his candidate at all costs, by all means, trying to promote and make sure that his candidate is seen and heard in Edo State, making sure that the people of Edo State, you know, they become babies, don't know their left from their right, and they, you know, they get on and become gullible. But this will not happen, you know, because the people of Edo State are decent people who know exactly what they want. Anyway, my people, let's get onto the news and get all the details. To justify Iyamu's candidacy, Adams Oshiomhole contradicted himself even the more. Comrade Adams Oshiomhole probably has no more opinion or options than to respond to growing criticism he has continued to receive since he backed Pastor Osage Iyamu to be the flag bearer of the APC for the September governorship election in Edo State. However, this new explanation from the former governor is likely to be perceived as further contradiction of oneself by members of the public. Oshiomhole reportedly told the crowd of supporters, "I have watched some videos where they are showing that I said about Iyamu when I was marketing Obaseki in 2016. When you are selling Toyota, you cannot promote Mercedes. If you tell the people Mercedes is better, they will look at Toyota. I have heard some people saying, how can a man who was qualified to be a governor in 2016 no longer be qualified in 2020 now as a governor? I have also heard that I've also had the cause to ask GO, where are your certificates?" he said. This statement raises some fundamental question. There is possibility that Oshiomhole has forgotten all what he said about Iyamu about the 2020 APC candidate back in 2016. If actually what he said, it was to demarket Pastor Osage Iyamu. Can Oshiomhole be trusted? Can he vindicate himself? He would have needed to watch some videos where he was showing, in order to be reminded of some accusation he made 4 years ago about his candidate. He should have been shown to reflect and to remember and to bring to his memory some of the things he did. Secondly, if truly Iyamu was the better candidate, Mercedes, than Obaseki Toyota in 2016, why was he, Iyamu, frustrated out of the party in favor of our inferior candidate Obaseki? Why? This raises questions whether Oshiomhole is really after the interest of the state or rather about his own interest. It shows that Oshiomhole really wanted to be a godfather. Was Obaseki right when he alleged that Oshiomhole wanted the resources of the state shared to a few people? Electorates now have good reasons to wonder if Adams Oshiomhole is currently saying that Obaseki is acting correctly and have accused him correctly, and not just another demarketing gimmicks. In case you are not aware, in 2016, Oshiomhole has remarked, convincing Iyamu that because he served in the highly verified administration of Lucky Benedio from 1999 to 2007, Pastor cannot therefore be divided from the well of accusation and the failure of that government. Part of what Oshiomhole said was his first job, he was a PA to who? Lucky Benedio. Second job, he was chief of staff to who? Lucky Benedio. Third job, security to Governor Lucky Benedio. And after Benedio, he started building his private home. Oshiomhole went further. All right, if we will not blame him for the failure of the government, of which he was chief of staff, secretary to the government, will it be reasonable to promote him to the office of governor? He added. There are those who believe that Oshiomhole has no choice but to support Iyamu for governor if truly he wants to outboss Governor Obaseki from Edo State Governorship House. Reasons being that despite all the demarketing campaign against Pastor, many still allege that it was rigged out of political victory in 2016. It seems that the man is so popular and no amount of similar campaign could dirge his popularity. This line of argument makes it a bit more sensible and describe the past senses of marketing gimmicks. Meanwhile, Oshiomhole should have kept quiet on the matter rather than try to boast and retrieve or say something about it, because he has done more harm than good, and his candidate, Iyamu, should actually be suing him for character deformation. Well, my people, you've heard it all. Oshiomhole trying so hard to make sure that he sells Iyamu has rather done more harm than good. If you are saying that you were marketing Gordon Obaseki, so why were you marketing him if you know that the better candidate then was Iyamu? It goes to show that what Obaseki is later accusing you of is actually true. Governor Gordon Obaseki is accusing you that what you wanted was to put him in office and to get a hold of the treasury vault so that you can continue to lead from proxy and to direct the affairs of the state and to take money. So if really, truly, and really Iyamu was the better candidate, it shows that you, Adams Oshiomhole, is not someone to be trusted. And how are they sure now that you have brought in actually the right candidate? You see, Nigerians, Edo State, this is the ball of the cross. This is the matter. If really and truly what he did was just to market Osage at that time, it was just to market Obaseki, and Iyamu was the better candidate. Why did you say Iyamu was a thief? So does it? And right now, besides you saying it, there is EFCC hanging over him. Can you see the contradiction? Edo State, don't be gullible. Don't. It's really surprising that you still see a few people ranking around. Well, if you look at it very well, it shows that they have something to gain. Yes, it just goes to show you that there is something they have something to gain, or they are part of those who wants to enjoy something from the benefit of this election. Edo State, whoever you decide will become your governor in the next 4 or 8 years, and that will determine what will happen. That will determine if there will be development in the state. That will determine if there will be growth. That will determine if your state will see better next 4 years or 8 years. That will determine if there will be development. That will determine if there will be job creation. That will determine if schools will be better equipped. Choose and choose wisely. The ball is in your court. Don't allow anyone sway your vote or just push you aside. You have a voice, use it. You have a voice. So please make sure that you stand up for what is right and don't allow anyone to push you aside. Nigerians, elections is no longer business as usual. The change is coming, though it's slow, it's very small, but let us help the change to be properly effective, properly effective, so that we all can enjoy a better governance and leadership. It's very clear that people want some people, but few people wants to impose their candidates, their persons on the good people of Edo State. Edo State is a determinant factor of what elections will be, of what leadership will be, in the next few years to come. So please, my people, choose wisely. The ball is in your court. Bye for now.